Okay.
Remember, Sakurai can do a moveset with a rock.
Alright.
So
The trailer's starting.
Alright, who is it?
It's Mario! Oh.
What?
It's Waluigi.
Wait, oh no. Oh no.
Hold on. Oh no.
No,
oh,
it...
man, are you
Okay.
No, no,
I
come
need to
on.
see
They
it
could
now.
have done better than this. Like, how is this a well-kept secret for
Another
Nintendo?
Fire Emblem character? You're doing on purpose, Sakurai.
Wait, hang on. Maybe
Okay,
it's a
so
fake
it's
out.
Bilef or Edelgard?
Maybe
Hold
it's a
on.
fake out.
Please be a
No,
fake.
these are people from Free Heroes, Shiro. These are more recent.
Three houses?
Yeah, it's Bilef. It's fucking Bilef.
I too am trapped within this.
Really?
Of course.
In time, our hearts and minds will cease to be.
Well, this is becoming as anticlimactic as the last Wii U DLC.
I mean, granted... Okay, at the very least...
There is no Bayonetta to save this.
At the very least, this is not the last DLC fighter we'll be getting,
Yeah, if
thank
this was actually
Christ.
the last, I would be so super pissed off
There
right
is no
now.
other choice.
No, I think is it 5 more they're adding?
must
I think.
Yeah, they're doing more.
But I
Fuck you.
Ah...
Brothers already. What in the world are you waiting for?
Well, Three Houses was like super popular, right? It makes sense.
Still, though, I mean, it completely
Well,
goes
people,
against the
Bilef,
theme
another
of the...
swordsman. Again, it's another swordsman. You have so many Fire Emblem characters that barely anyone has a variation. Robin and Corey.
It completely goes against the theme that they've been establishing with this DLC Fighters Pass as well.
Being an axe wielder, but no, here's another sword wielder. Because, yeah, it has a chain like weapon, but look at that, it's another sword wielder.
Not only...
I guess Sakurai is enjoying the memes, because like that's another. Yeah, he's really enjoying the memes. Anime swordsman.
Ha!
Too many swordsmen, are there?
Cute.
Yeah, Bilef, you fucking
you
suck.
wield the sword as well. What will you do?
Of course, feminine Bilef.
Yeah.
So that is how you plan to win the day? So be it.
Yeah, I like the music.
Side note, Sophie's is played by the same voice actress of Morgana in Persona 5.
Ha, cute. I mean, don't get me wrong, Fire Emblem Three Houses is nice and all, but I mean, I feel like this goes...
Oh, and she gets the help from the three students, Edelgard, Leon, and the deer meme lord.
Smash didn't really need more Fire Emblem rep, though, did it?
No.
We could have waited a bit longer. Like, well, okay, if you
But
want...
is he gonna talk about this for 35 minutes?
Well, just
I
like
mean,
Game
it's not
for
like Terry. It's not really the same. People really know much about Terry, right?
Okay, look. I get if you want to, you know, add in another
Wait,
Fire
does
Emblem...
that- Oh, okay, no. I don't... Oh, no, it's still the same, which is the same moveset. My bad. Go on, Jova.
I get if, you know, you wanted to add another Fire Emblem character in, but maybe
Okay,
you could have waited
at the
until
very
after
least,
the DLC Fighter Pass.
At the very least, they gave him/her different weapons to use, so it's not just a swordman. So at least there's that.
Alright, there's that at least.
So basically, it's the same. It's the same thing as Corin, kind of a sort.
Not quite.
With the draconic powers of the class of.
Then it's like Robin.
Robin's the sorcerer. It's a different thing. And if,
Some people are hoping, because there are 5 more fighters coming, that there'd be another reveal at the end, or at least a teaser.
Do we know how many fighters are coming? There you go! Pat it
Not
down,
really.
Sakurai, pat it down.
this is my waifu now. Shut up.
Yes, there you have it.
Is it the good girls,
No
good
wonder he
boys
wanted
meme
to
again?
prevent. No wonder he wanted to prevent the leaks. People would have jumped immediately on that.
There's so many F's in the chat right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot, and I can't blame them. I mean, again, like I said, I don't have a problem against
January
Fire Emblem
28th,
in
brother.
general, but
I will contribute.
January 18th? Oh, so 2 days.
28th.
Huh.
So 2 weeks, roughly.
First off,
Uh,
is Fire Emblem?
I mean, I
What
think we're
is
all
Fire
familiar.
Emblem? Gee,
It
oh,
was a nice series, but struggled to gather a fan base, so we needed to introduce waifus.
Well, to be fair, Smash also helped with Fire Emblem's popularity.
It did, but remember, during the Wii era it struggled, so Awakening was the last bet that intelligent software had disposal.
Obvious waifus aside, I do feel like Awakening was a genuinely good game. Fates, on the other hand...
Technically, it always has waifus. The problem is, in Awakening, they just said, let's just go full on.
I still don't think it was as bad as Fates, though. In that
No,
regard.
Fates was really a terrible. But not even for that, Joe. It was also for the fact that it used the two game mechanics like Pokemon and had a very outrageous overpriced DLC.
But Fire Emblem was unique.
And that's not saying even for Shadows of Valentia, unfortunately.
I'm gonna be honest, the Fire Emblem rep was the least, you know, the least that I wanted.
Not just that, Marco. Everyone was expecting another third part rep. Okay,
Yeah, it's like I said, this goes against the...
that's another thing. Sakurai has built up the fact that he wants to introduce new words and stuff like that, new IPs and all. But when it comes to the first party, you come back to one that is arguably very overrepresented. You're Sakurai. When did you pander more to Kid Icarus or Kirby is your added?
I mean, it's not like we can think of anyone else from Kid Icarus to add. Poor Medusa.
There isn't a day that doesn't go by on Twitter or whatever that I don't hear about free houses.
Look.
This is very disappointing, actually, and I don't even play the game.
Okay, to be honest, Free Houses has some nice memes and some nice crack shippings, but that's pretty much it.
It's like I said, maybe this could have waited as like one of the post-pass DLCs, like, well, in regards to the Fighter Pass DLCs, you had some really good stuff going here with, you know, like it said at the start, new worlds and whatnot. I mean, this is a very major technicality in what we consider a new world.
Like some of the Meat costumes we got were more climactic than this reveal, honestly.
I guess if it's because...
I guess we'll have to see what the Meat costumes will be.
Maybe we'll get a Meat costume like Sans.
I guess if it's because Fire Emblem Free Houses never got a Spirits event.
There are that many?
True. Well, to be honest, Joe, they could have got it through a patch similar to our Resident Evil and more recently Astral Chains.
Well, that's the thing, though. It's like, well, nowadays, people believe that, you know, if you get a Spirit these days, you're kind of toast, fighter-wise.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, he mentioned Tokyo Mirage. How nice. Oh, right, because Tokyo Mirage is due.
Not just that,
and
Joe,
all
but
that.
remember, the version for the Switch, which is also the one that Japan is getting, is the super censored one.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Remember, Jova, the Wii U version original Japanese release was fine, but the Western version had to be censored for costumes and all. That was the meaning of the fucking whatever. But now the Switch port, which is also the one Japan is getting, is based on the Western Wii U version, meaning it's a censored one.
Uh-huh.
Sakurai, I understand that you love to joke, but you really don't have to explain your hand signature meaning.
Everyone already knew it was a hint, they just didn't know what it was a hint for.
I mean, geez, look. I don't want
to... It's the Fibonacci sequence and all, but come on, at the end of the day, we'll steal a free.
Again, I don't mean to sound like a hater, but really, this is what you're closing out the otherwise very well-received Fighters Pass with?
Yeah, because forget the other five, this was like the big five.
Is he explaining how he's counting with his hand?
Well, at least we'll have the strike for the memes, I guess.
At least the streams are entertaining.
Yeah.
Oh, the chat is it is beautiful.
You know, I'm sure they put a lot of effort into this. Yeah, no, there's no doubt about that, but they could have picked someone different to make effort.
Also, I'm sorry. Are they seriously giving?
Admirable but mistaken.
Are they seriously giving us trivia about Fire Emblem Free Houses, the game that literally just came out, technically in a sense?
But sold quite a lot.
Like, okay, this isn't like with Terry where, you know, he has a boatload of history. This is one subsection of an entire franchise that Smash players are very familiar with.
For that title, I borrowed an early version of the game for 2 days.
I'm gonna check
ran around
Twitter
all the
real quick. I
areas,
might,
You
you know,
probably don't want to.
No. I got to hear how this is going. SSMB is already having a field day with this.
I did the same this time, but with there being 3 houses and multiple.
You know,
entries,
I
it
just
was
don't get
really
it. The
hard to
one
keep
time you
up.
prevent leaks, and it's with this of all
And of
things.
course, there
Again,
weren't any
folks,
walk-ons
I don't want to
whatsoever.
sound like a hater, but there's a time and place to add in a new Fire Emblem character. This was
The
not
game has
it.
multiple routes, and the outcome of each.
Yeah, I think they probably should have waited for the extra characters they announced and not.
Honestly, I'd argue this
Season
should have been the
pass.
one that opened the season
Yeah.
pass.
That
Also,
would make more
I'll try
sense.
to avoid
Also,
spoilers
folks,
when I'm
I know we may not be talking about what's going on in the video right now, but we're waiting until they actually talk about the gameplay of the character.
Not
Like,
Not just
jeez.
that. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. Fire Emblem is one of the most
I mentioned that it
basic
was recorded a month in
actual
advance.
gameplay with a
But
tactical
this time, we
turn-based
had to
game
account for
actually
holidays
has.
and such.
With the
Again,
weapon triangle and all.
with Terry's, that is pretty complex. With Fire Emblem, you know, it's
Recorded about
simple.
2 months in
Therefore, some of
advance.
what I'm about to show you.
So Sakurai will not be live to see the shitstorm happening under his eyes.
As always, I'm using a special
He's
in-game
probably
camera and such to
broadcasting this from his
demonstrate
bunker.
Yes.
Here I go.
Oh, goody, a demonstration. Yes, Byleth joins the battle.
So,
Is
this
it
is our
really
new fighter,
Byleth or
Byleth.
Byleth? No.
Sadly, they're
Not to
lacking in
mention that there's
mobility.
another
It's
thing
maybe
for
a
the
bit
more
better than
nitpicky
Robin's, but that's about all you
complaint.
can say
The
about it.
music. Fire
Those are
Emblem was
not
already as a
just
shit ton
fun
of
players.
music and even got
They're
even
bad
more
ones.
remixes
But actually,
for this
you
game.
could say that they're
Like,
distance demon.
Boy,
again, franchises like
The hero's
Kilikers or
relic changes
Xenoblade got
depending on the
no
direction
new
the input
music,
stick.
not even
Each
remixes.
of the hero's relics is a
comparison.
weapon that appears
all I'm
in
seeing so
Fire
far is just a lot of memes.
They
Of
look
course.
like bones.
nice.
I guess most of them probably involve the.
I mean,
Frozen Gear
can you really
leader.
be mad? I mean, disappointed, I understand, but after the characters that we got, you can't really get mad. Like,
You don't know the history,
They use it
Marco.
for
I'm
flurry
basically
attacks and
more
tilt
like
attacks, such as down
I'm
tilt
fine with
attacks,
the
where
middle
it takes the
content, but the
form of a
extremes are not so much.
I can see where Marcos is coming from on this, though. I mean, yeah, okay, unlike the Smash Wii U stuff, like, this is not
Smash Wii
the
U
very
stuff
last
was
thing.
well, not plagued, but was a bit burdened by the fact that he had
For
to
their up air
reincorporate veterans, so he
the
didn't
way
have
the whip
more
sword
time
overhead.
for the newcomers.
The hit detection
but I mean,
doesn't last for a
we
relatively
got, you know,
long
you got Banjo, for example.
The up
People
special
wanted it
move is
for
really
so
something.
long.
The
So, I
got-
mean,
like
We
this,
did get Joker.
allowing you
That
to do
was
things like
flipping
this.
awesome.
that
We-
was also too.
Hero from Dragon Quest managed to be a nice surprise with not being one, but four of them. And hey, Terry's pretty sweet. I'll just say this though, I feel sorry for everyone who was expecting it was gonna be Dante because there was gonna be Devil May Cry
Honestly,
news
anyone
today.
was expecting any third party in that case.
Look, at this
Yeah,
stage
nobody
of the
was
game,
actually. I think nobody was expecting first party. Yeah.
yeah, again, like I said, this completely goes against the theme of it. I mean, granted, I guess it fits with the theme that these guys did not have
I've already
spirits
shown it,
in,
but you
so
can also use it to
yeah,
latch
there's
onto
that.
edges.
Anyway,
But
so
the
yeah.
but they said that the fighters from the past were all going to be from new franchises, right?
Well, I think they said introducing new worlds, and I guess technically this is a
But
new
Fire
world.
Emblem isn't a new world, right? I mean,
But
I
about
think.
three houses is. Not to mention,
Uh.
remember Sakurai said used the convenient excuse that said that oh no, these are decided by Nintendo. But for this, I
If
can
Byleth
kind
does
of
the same
see
thing,
that
you'd win out, so you should be able
Mr.
to
Bowser
beat it.
will be like, yeah, sure, let's give some
Next, you'll
promotion
side
to the new
smash
title we
attack.
just released.
This also has a long
Which, in that
range.
regard,
It'll come
why
up to
couldn't you do
even
Astral
here.
Chain then?
Or Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
That is a bit too old, Joe. I'm talking about more recent stuff.
I'm just saying, poor
Well, but
Xenoblade
this was
Chronicles 2.
this was decided even before Xenoblade
If
release.
you've knocked an
True.
opponent down,
This could have
Oh,
been
yeah.
just a base fighter, honestly, at this point.
To be honest, it's kind of sad that from Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I would like to see every other character from your party except for Rex and Pyra.
Wow.
Well, that's the problem. Rex and Pyra are basically the more generic part of the team. The others
Yeah.
And yet they're
very
the main
interesting.
protagonists. Ouch.
Like Shulk,
Other-
I
oh,
loved
sorry.
Shulk. Sorry, I loved Shulk, but Rex not really. No.
Yeah, Shirai?
Yeah, sure.
Are there really 8 characters from Fire Emblem in this thing already?
Let me
Okay,
That's
take
what
a
I'm
look.
thinking.
let's be generous and count the echoes and stuff like that. Even so, it's a 6 with this.
Let's see.
Yeah, it's basically has almost the same as Mario and Pokemon, right?
And honestly, Chrom isn't really so much an echo of Roy as he is more like a mishmash of like all characters, so I would count him as something separate too.
But as you'd expect,
So I guess we could say that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 at the very least.
Yeah, it has more representation than Zelda.
Ouch!
A first party IP.
It has more representation than Donkey Kong.
So this complements it well.
It's kind of sad.
Although you'll be vulnerable when
Again, I mean, the thing about Fire Emblem is like, well, why does Fire Emblem get this much representation? And not only that, this much representation that is so homogeneous. Now, don't get me wrong. I get that there have been a lot of characters, and okay, for this game, Smash Ultimate, yeah, every fighter returns and whatnot. But my god, it's like in almost every Smash game since Smash... Okay, I guess to be fair, Smash 4 was the first time this was really starting to become an issue, since at the very least they were kept to a reasonable amount in Melee and Brawl. But by god, Fire Emblem fans get to have quite the feast when it comes to Smash, compared to so many other franchises.
But here's what makes it different.
Look at us, we're not even talking about the gameplay. Yeah,
I mean, because technically, it's all stuff that we've already seen from other fighters.
Not just that. Well, to be
Well,
honest,
he's
though,
got
very
a
new-
lance, I
very
guess.
technically new stuff, like I mentioned. At the very least, they had the decency to give me that.
Of course, a counter move.
New weapon types in order to not just having him or her be a simple.
Yeah,
sword
yeah.
fight.
I'm not talking about Fire Emblem directly. I mean, like he's closer to other characters in the roster. Like, for example, he has stuff like Link with the bow and Joker's a P,
It won't let you jump.
you know,
You
kind
can
of
use
thing
it as
where he
a
grabs
attack.
the edge. So
Also, you can turn around during the move.
Wow, 7,000 dislikes
The swing
already.
takes a while. So if an opponent
Oof.
I haven't refreshed the stream, so I don't know. How is it?
even though it can be hard to land a hit with this move,
oh, here is fairly positive actually. All right.
plus, even if you fail to land a direct hit, any opponents on the ground nearby...
It's like I said, I don't really mind. Like,
It's as if the launches them.
Nobody seems to be, upset.
I'm
just
not really
Disappointed.
mad.
annoyed.
yeah.
I'm more annoyed and just disappointed, but hey, it's not enough to ruin my day. I mean, look, Smash
But hey, the
Ultimate...
direct,
Because
Yeah,
it's not over, so they might still save it. We'll see.
it is a possibility. Save us with an objection, please.
That's how they saved with Bayonetta. So yeah.
just get you hit by
Yeah,
Hopefully.
this entire direct is just a fake out for the end. This entire
the
thing.
neutral moves. The bow you use is called
I was
Also-
like, oh no, this is not
Oh my
the
God.
real fighter. We're releasing this later.
Seeing them
3D
side by
DLC.
side, am I the one who thinks that Byleth looks suspiciously like Marth? Well, male Byleth anyway.
It lets you spin the weapon around.
Weird.
It's also easy to create
Of course,
certain
destructible
combos.
environments, and yes, he's got a nice nair.
And with the neutral special, you'll let loose an arrow. It seems pretty straightforward.
Not even
right?
the. Okay,
But there
that's
are a few
interesting.
noteworthy aspects to this bow. First,
Well,
I was
okay,
gonna
I'll
say
give
that the,
between this bow
I will
and
give
Link's
Byleth
that
this. It looks like he'll have a lot of tools to work with.
You can't release it partway through the charge, so when it
Oh, it
does
has a little
fire,
bit of
the
Kid
arrow
Icarus in
travels
there,
at high
okay.
speed. It's also very powerful. That said, you can still
I like
cancel out
the
stance using the shield button.
the stage. Stage looks fun.
You can also change direction while in the stance. It works up until this point, but
Very nice.
if you keep holding the button, you'll unleash a powerful arrow that looks like a beam of light.
Jesus.
You can perform this move by keeping the button held down. You charge up power like so, charge a bit more, and then fire. But again, you'll need to take care when using this move.
Can you
For
control
one,
where
when
the
you
arrow
powered up the move
goes?
to its
I
max,
mean, not
there's
really.
no way to cancel out of it. Not even with the shield.
Oh.
In other words,
So
you're
you have to
committed
commit to
finding it.
this move.
So you see, a situation like this is pretty terrible. Once you've entered the stand, you won't be able to do anything. Which means it's quite the risky attack to use against fighters who have a move with a
It looks
reflex.
like Pete's
But you could always
arrow,
just
but
aim into the fray,
stronger,
as it is, after
basically.
all, a long-range move.
I think the most unique thing about Byleth is definitely that lance.
So you need to think carefully
spear.
when using this projectile weapon.
Spear.
Yeah, I
Spear
guess
lance.
because I can't think of a character in Smash that is prominently usage of a spear.
I mean, Corrin is close.
So the final
Yeah.
smash is Ruptured Heaven.
It's more like a lance and
As
not
you
a
can
spear,
see,
but
you team
yeah.
up with the mysterious
Oh, even the
Sophist
final
and launch
smash
an
looks
attack.
lame.
Ah yes, ever so mysterious Sophists. Spoiler, she's not really that
Now,
mysterious.
let's talk about the color variation.
She's, let me guess, she's
It's
another
set up
incarnation
so
of
that the
Tiki.
default and odd-numbered
You'll
color
have to
variations are
wait and
male,
see.
while the even-numbered ones are female. However,
Okay.
the third, fourth, and fifth colors are, as you can see, reminiscent of the house leaves.
Oh, there you go. They're based on
Those of
the
you who played
Black
the original
Eagles,
game
Blue
will, of
Lions,
course,
and Golden
understand what I'm
Deer
referring to.
leaders.
The sixth color is based on Sophis.
Yeah, the final smash is simple, but it works.
Of course, the sixth
The
color is
seventh
based
and
on
eighth
Sophis.
variations have a different hair color, which is based on something that occurs in the course. of
Oh,
the
so
game.
you're not going to spoil something,
see this
Nintendo?
variation
How
in Final
interesting.
I think it may be the identity of the equivalent of a Black Knight that is in Three Houses. I forgot.
Let's see the
Next,
stage.
I'll introduce the
Garlic
stage.
Monastery.
For this
Well, I
one, we
guess
of
they
course
know a
tried
lot
to
of,
recreate
like,
the
there will
place
be
where you
some
spend
people
most
who
of the
will
game,
check out the game
Garrick
itself
Mock Monastery.
because of Smash, so they probably
mean,
don't
that's-
want to
Garrick
spoil
Mock
things that
Monastery
much.
is laid out in the
Yeah,
Didn't
that's the
start
idea
them
of
with
this one.
Xenoblade.
Have it cycle through the marketplace.
Yeah,
But I
true.
guess-
When it comes to, well, that's a thing
I
of
guess to
Nintendo.
be
Isn't
fair-
Xenoblade much
Nintendo
older,
just
though?
Smash. Nintendo loves to spoil the shit out of Xenoblade for no reason.
I guess to be
Well,
fair,
but
Xenoblade is a bit
Xenoblade had
older.
been- Yeah, Xenoblade was
Let me
released like,
introduce each of the
what,
guests that appear in
4
these
years
areas.
before
Whereas Free
Smash?
Houses is
The
relatively
first area
new.
is the marketplace. I think this is where a lot of people come to do their shopping.
Although they did end up releasing
The
that
guests that appear
DLC, which
here
ended
are
up
students
spoiling
of Blue Lion's
Xenoblade
house,
Chronicles
Dimitri,
2.
Dedu, and Ingrid.
But I
Not
digress.
Dimitri,
There you go, Dimitri,
Dudu,
the Duane
or
Ingrid.
Ingrid. Their names are a bit difficult to
So
say.
basically, the characters
They're
show
largely
up,
from the Holy Kingdom of
essentially.
Fargus. Since it's a kingdom, that means they have a monarch.
Assists.
For that reason, I
No,
guess
no,
you
no,
could
they're
say
cameos
Dimitri's
on the
future
stage,
king,
similar to the
he
ones
had
that
quite a
Terry
difficult
had on
life.
his
He may
arena.
or may not
Okay.
end up with just one eye. He's an unfortunate
Is
one.
Mai gonna show up here?
There are vendors-
She's off in
Sorry,
the.
Marco, Smash is a game
original
for little
game,
boys
these
and
are
girls.
important booths where you buy-
Tell that to Farja.
Well, that's a
here you can break
Bayonetta.
this,
Like, come on.
Well, don't you see?
Although I
she-
have
She
seen...
teaches you how to
This will
talk
expand
to your
left
mom.
and right.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
was
I
reunited
wonder
with
where
her
people will
son,
buy their
Joker.
supplies now.
Yeah.
And in the background, you can see the gatekeeper.
Hi, Gatekeeper.
You often pass through this area
The most
and
integral
find
character of
houses,
them
and you
all.
end up talking to him a lot.
I haven't heard much
Moving through these
about
areas is
him
possible thanks to this mysterious
since
platform. Just
since
when
he
it
was put
seems
into
like
the
you've come
game.
to a
So
stop,
how fun is Terry to play as?
Oh, he's pretty good. He's especially good if you know his
Yeah, a
home
much more
series.
complex version of Rio,
and the guests
basically.
in the
So
reception hall are
it attracts
Edelgard,
more the
Dorothea,
hardcore.
and Petra.
Oh, there you go. Edelgard,
Take
Dorothea,
note,
and
it's not spelled Edelgard.
Petra. Yeah.
They're from the Adressian Empire.
Interesting.
Ah.
The guest characters appear to be a little bit low poly-ish.
Edelgard
Guys
is
are
one
in
of
the
characters who is
background.
central to the conflict. Depending on
Ooh,
the
I
path you
like the
take,
stage
she'll go through
transition.
some terrible
That's nice.
ordeals.
Very
believe so.
nice.
You'll notice there are prominent chandeliers.
Oh, yes, she will go through some terrible ordeals.
I did nothing wrong.
However, Byron
Wait,
can't
do you know about the story to
actually
you?
use their stage.
Yes,
Can't you hear the sarcasm, Joe?
Not just that, I argue most of the memes about Edelgard are right, including the one that she's disaster at the romances.
Pretty much.
There we go. I made it. And you can knock it down.
Oh, so similar to Joker, you can grapple in a fighter.
Again, the Bilev's sword
Just like the
function
sign
as a
that leads
chain
to Kaza
sword.
in the
So like,
Suzaku Castle stage. It can break if you launch the opponent into it at close range. Next up, the bridge. The camera rotates 90 degrees, creating
Next
this
up.
long area. It's very wide indeed.
Yeah, the stage transitions are definitely pretty cool.
and you're the Golden Deers. Yeah.
So, Tio,
It's
which
similar to the
which
bridge
house
of
is your
Alvin stage.
favorite?
Golden Deers because
The guests are
memes.
from the Golden
Ah.
Deer. Claude,
Aren't you
Hilda,
gonna say
and Laura.
because
They
Dimitri?
belong to the Leicester Alliance.
I mean Claude. Claude. Dang it.
Well, again, memes and all. Well, if I have to go for the waifus, I guess
Because it's an
Black
alliance of
Eagles.
many noble
Oh,
families,
you find
can say
Edelgard
they make the
waifu
widest
material?
circle of members. And Claude is the
Depends.
sharpest of the bunch.
Again, it variable, but
Incidentally, both Claude and
only
Hilda are
two
the
times,
names
though.
of characters that appear in genealogy of the Holy War.
I take it you'll be handling free houses for the channel.
no,
I guess
thank
once
you.
you've reached the
I don't even have a
70th
Twitch yet, Drova, so how should I know?
for each new entry, you're bound to get a bit of name
Oh god, I keep forgetting you don't have a Switch. You should really get one. There's a lot of great games on that
Drova,
thing.
send me money and I will do that happily.
Fair
As
point.
for the bridge's design, it's just a long pathway.
Yeah, my Switch was a gift. I wouldn't have had
can
one as
expect
early as I
active
did
blows to be exchanged at
if
the
it wasn't a
edges of the
gift.
stage.
Yeah, my Switch was a Christmas gift too.
You could also say it's a place where the fail not
The
really
music
shines.
sounds
In this sense,
nice.
I think it suits
I
the
mean,
Golden
it's
Deer
Fire
profile.
Emblem Free Houses, so of course the music sounds nice.
I wonder how fucked up the meta will be
The last
considering these
area
new
is the
mechanics.
cathedral.
Let's just hope they're not broken like Hero from Dragon Quest
The
is.
cathedral. Let me see if we're.
No, Hero's so much fun.
It's random based luck, and I have lost way too much matches.
No Mercedes? Are you scared of her too, Sakurai?
People seem to be very happy about the music, at least.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Makes sense.
I feel that Flame might be saying shush at this point, so I'll leave it at that. This is a simple area stage. All it has are these platforms. Being the last area, it may be a place where some intense battles
So I
Okay.
wonder how the
I
ultimate
bear-
version of
I
the stage
don't-
will
It'll
work.
cycle through
Alright,
each
the
location
like
in about
ratio to
2.5
dislike ratio is now 54,000 likes and 23,000 dislikes.
The battle
Okay,
rages on.
today we'll have a tag team battle in Squad Strike.
I
which
guess
is
the
DLC.
likes
I'm gonna be
still-
honest, I barely know anything about Free
That'll give
Houses
us
Oh, I thought
besides the box art.
Wow, so you don't know about the story.
Basically, Marco, they toned down the dating mechanics and they kinda
And Hero!
replaced them more with school jest, you know. Bilef
Gee,
is the
you really made a
professional,
lot, huh?
you know, sorry, the professor, and has to teach her
By
students,
now, I
his
think
or her
you know what I'm
students.
doing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've seen the
Basically, I'm trying
E3
to defeat all
direct
five
that they did,
opponents with just
the stream, and I remember that it was
But as
pretty
expected,
creepy
it's
that
going to
the
be a pretty
professor was
tough
sending
battle, so using
flowers to
anything
the
Yeah.
my
students.
I gotta
Also,
say,
Theo,
It's not going to land
Go
that
on.
easily.
the game might turn
What?
down the dating mechanics, but the
this is
internet will
bad.
crank them back up.
how ironic that they
definitely.
cranked down the dating mechanics in the one that literally takes place in a
mean,
high
I better
school.
keep my
It
distance.
certainly doesn't help when you get lines like Mercedes casually mentioning
this
Bilef
chance
that
to
she
attack.
doesn't wear any underwear.
Got it.
Well, it probably
the
doesn't
fuck?
help that you're a
That's
professor,
scary.
apparently
There's a bit of
potentially
promotion here.
dating one of your students.
That's illegal.
Lots of explosives.
In some states,
Perfect shielded that, huh? Good one. If I do this, like this.
I don't think it's
so-
as entertaining as
No
watching
idea,
him
huh?
play Terry.
There, the sun-
Or
Yeah.
Banjo.
but at least he's trying, so I give that.
Good. There's Mom. You're in a good spot, Mom. Ah, I shouldn't have taken
Ha.
that.
Don't
Gardevoir.
say that to Mother Brain,
Well, I guess no
Sakurai.
one uses projectiles. At this point, it doesn't matter if Gardevoir's there or not.
Oh?
I feel like the enemy might get this smash ball. See? They got it. But I mustn't give up.
So, who you rooting for, Marth or Byleth?
There's another
Well,
smash
what
ball.
do you think,
Yes,
Jova?
got it.
It's the character presentation, so of course
Now,
they'll make her
What are you
win.
charging up for?
No, I was asking you guys. But yeah, I guess it is pretty obvious who would win.
there's still more. Whack.
Unless Roy
It's kind of a
gets that
losing bet,
hammer.
You
obviously.
can take the hammer. But it's
But wait, there's more.
Although I'm scared I might get hit with a counter in this stage.
I'm a bit behind now, so. But is there more? Or are you
And
just...
Roy's
No,
dead.
no, it was big, but it
I
was
was
what
trying to fight
Sakurai
using
basically
virus
said.
abilities alone,
Oh, okay.
But what matters is that I won. Good game.
There's more. 40 music.
50
Hey.
Fire Emblem tracks.
Have some more
This is
music,
Fire
Fire
Emblem.
Emblem.
We're gonna replace all stages with Fire Emblem stages.
Yeah, here we go. Song collection.
Song collection. Let's see what we got.
About the additional music.
The Apex
All
of
music
Worlds.
tracks will be
Since
replaced
it's
by
from the Fire Emblem
Megalovania.
series, we'll be adding each
Yes.
new tracks to all the Fire
Each a
Emblem
different
stages.
remix of Megalovania.
There are already
The
a
metal
lot of Fire
version I
Emblem
would
tracks
like.
in the game. Our
And
selection
the
this
major
time was
version
made
as
to take
well.
those existing tracks into consideration. 11
Okay,
songs have been
11 more tracks.
This
Fair
includes
enough.
an arrangement of the main theme in both Japanese and English.
Can you imagine Nintendo releasing a
only
mass
two
compilation for
remixes,
this on physical CD afterwards?
So only 2 remix, and it's
We're
basically
also
just
adding
one
in a
with
new
a
spirit.
variant language. Weird.
It includes
Of course,
the
a new
house
spirit
speakers among some
board.
of the
Wait,
characters.
only two? Only two?
Oh, and
Really?
of course.
Speaking remixes, the
And of
other
cour-
are the original
this-
version.
So of course now Fire
okay,
Emblem
okay.
even
Also,
gets its
there's a
own
new classic
spirit
mode now,
board.
a Heroic Legacy, which is designed to let you enjoy classic Fire Emblem stations.
Well, of
from
course
throughout
it's a
the
classic
series'
mode
history.
route.
The final battle is against Master Hand and Crazy Hand, but you'll find that something pretty amusing
kinda sad.
happens, so look forward to that.
Spoiler, Sakurai, in that kind of sense. Even
Now for the
a
Mii
little
Fighter
mystery.
Oh, we
You
have a
also
trailer
play
for
the-
Mii Fighters?
What
Oh,
about
Mii Fighter costumes. Okay, let's see who got the
Here
chop
we
this time.
go.
Round 5. I'm a tiny bit ahead, so I won't say anything.
So you went from being behind to ahead. How neat.
Oh,
What? Assassin's
that's
Creed?
An Assassin's Creed costume? Oh, that's a
Okay.
weird
So-
costume.
So
Yeah.
that means...
Wait.
Okay, that's interesting.
Well,
Hold
we
on.
already have Rayman
Oh.
Spirit, so why not?
Wait, hold
I
on.
guess, Ubisoft.
Oh, rabbits, of course. But
Yep.
guys, I want to remind you though, that was Altair, not
Ezio.
yeah,
Ezio?
not Ezio. So
Oh, Jova, you might be happy with what's next, possibly.
Mega Man
So what you're telling
X.
me is that all the third party in this update
X
will be costumes.
I wonder though, what if Ezio?
Oh, more Mega Man.
Mega Man Battle Network now.
Mega Man.exe.
Wait, and they're using Star Force music for it.
Oh my gosh!
What? What?
So-
You'll see now.
Cuphead?
I'm still on the Mega
Oh
Man.
shit, a Cuphead.
A Cuphead Mii
Amiibo
costume.
costume.
And it looks
So
very,
is it-
very good.
Is
Wait.
Master Chief gonna be a Mii
Oh, and a
costume too?
music track!
It's the one against the flower boss, I forgot what it's called, the Kagni Carnation.
Oh my god, it makes sense though. And just like the Sans one, it looks very on model too.
I need to go back to this game. I prefer to play it in co-op.
So,
but
okay,
but
now-
you can't do it online.
So now Cuphead is getting representation as well, including Assassin's Creed. Wow.
Well, remember, Jova, again, they have a Rayman, spirit, so I can imagine Ubisoft wanted a bit more clever. Surprised there's no Splinter Cell costume for the counter.
So is this gonna be another case where people remember the Mii costumes more than the actual fighter?
Additional songs
I think so,
Probably.
because this is the most
It's called
interested I've
Floral
been
Fury,
throughout this
and
entire
it's
thing.
themed as a human fighting
Yeah,
against
you're right,
the
Tio. Cagni Carnation.
I hope you enjoy these as well. After purchasing a costume, I recommend
Best
using
part
Share.
of this direct.
If someone has created a Mii Fighter, you can play using the costume it's wearing immediately after you download it.
Oh, amiibo stuff.
And now,
Very
onto the amiibo.
nice. Oh, let's talk about the
Yeah,
amiibo.
Richter and Dark Samus.
and Richter are planned for
Coming
release
January
Friday,
17th.
January 17th.
Yeah, the Dark Samus one looks pretty cool with the blue shader.
Eh? Oh yeah.
Fighters joined the basically a recap so far.
The fighter's pass is now complete, so let me guess. Announcement.
But my vacation is not.
There you go.
Are you
All
gonna
5 of them.
announce?
Fighters, only 5 have been added.
They're gonna announce anything else?
But I must say, this game has always been an exceptional experience. And since the roster was
And
already
let's
so
listen.
large to begin with, right from the start, we intended to make the most out of the new gameplay mechanics and so on.
We're gonna get to
There
100.
really were a lot of new mechanics.
Guys,
weren't
the
there?
really don't give a shit.
When we add a new fighter, we don't simply make their attacks.
This game
or
should
their
come with a
movements
free
look
SD
different.
card for the Twitch.
Instead, we try to offer you a whole new style of play.
Well, I guess Byleth works under whole new
As I
style of
stated,
play,
we'll continue to
technically.
release more DLC fighters
Technically.
down the line. I had thought that 1 or 2 might
Okay.
suffice,
Let me guess,
but,
you're gonna take a break.
well, have a look.
More fighters in development.
Yes.
Hold on.
We
Can
know.
I
Five
please get
more.
a tease?
So let me guess, it's gonna be a proper
Oh, another.
pass.
Wait,
It's another
11?
5 pass.
Wait,
Oh,
hold on, 6.
No, actually
6.
6.
Oh,
Okay.
One
boy.
more fighter than last time.
Jesus. The ride never ends.
Wait, hold on. One more challenger pack, then one last time?
It will be available for pre-purchase on the date
Yeah,
checked,
there's
so
a
please keep
second
an eye
pass.
out.
Okay, makes sense.
And now that it's official,
So
we
after
intend to
this,
move
I
ahead with
guess we're
development.
done then, for
Of
reals.
course, like
I
last
don't
time,
believe him.
really
I'll
is.
wait till the
Remain
end because
unknown
they
for
said
now,
5
and I'm
before and now there's
personally
6.
very
Volume
excited to release
2.
Fighters Pass Volume 2 when the details have yet to be revealed. Like last time, I'd be
No,
very
you aren't.
Aw.
You're not sorry.
You would understand
Wow.
why.
You're not sorry.
Honestly, I don't know. I can't believe that.
Even if
That
I
said,
received many
though,
requests
maybe they're
regarding
still
They-
working
they
on
already
it.
have
Twitter,
decided, so
and I'm
no
afraid it
battle
would be very
Sorry,
hard to
guys.
consider them.
Ha! He mentioned
I
Twitter.
still hope you'll look forward to
See,
it.
Sakurai?
He's watching
We're
us.
also including a bonus
You
for
shouldn't.
Fighters Pass Volume 2.
Wait, a special
no,
bonus
he
for
really
purchasing
should.
Volume 2.
This time,
Alright.
It's another piranha plant.
No, it's
Eh.
another
Hey,
Xenoblade
Piranha
costume.
Plant was actually
Wait, a
fun.
Link
It's a leaf
amiibo
feather for
costume?
resource
What?
the
Oh, ancient
gear
soldier
from The Legend of
costume.
Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
Cute.
This will
Sure,
not be
why
for
not?
sale individually, so it can only be acquired as part of Fighters Pass Volume 2.
I'm gonna buy the pass anyway.
Lastly, what are you doing now?
What? More? You want more?
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is the highest-selling fighting game
Eh?
in the world.
Oh yes, it's the best-selling fighting game in the world of all time.
They won some game awards.
Oh, he's asking, is it a fighting game?
Well, let's see. It won
Sakurai,
Best Fighting
you
Game
already
at the
answered that
awards.
question a long time ago. What are you doing?
He's humoring us.
Or he's taunting the people who dared to not call it a fighting game, seeing as how it won Best Fighting Game Award last year.
There were 5 versions.
It's like Fight Me
of Street Fighter
IRL.
2, or 6 to 7 if we really want to get into the weeds. Plus, there's the arcade versions
Eh.
and the 25 ports.
Why are you
to other
mentioning
systems,
Street Fighter?
So I don't know if that's been accounted for.
He
Also,
was
I don't
comparing
know
it
if
to
that
Street
really
Fighter when it comes
Oh,
to fighting games.
yeah, that's right. It sold more than Street Fighter 2, the thing that has so many
So
goddamn
when it comes to a
versions.
single piece of software, it seems like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is #1.
It's an
Yes, it
I don't know
experience.
is.
if it can really be called just a fighting game. I feel like
Eh.
it's become more than a fighting game. It's sort of a celebration of gaming or something else
A
entirely.
celebration of gaming indeed. So where are you
Honestly,
going with this?
the-
I feel a deep attachment
Honestly,
to the 5
compared to
DLC
the
fighters.
community at large, you know, he is probably a better representation of it than everyone else.
I mean, when you get down to it, no game generates the kind of hype that Smash does. Like, you will never see a game that has so many different fan bases clamoring together for a chomping
I
at the
plan to
bit.
keep working hard, so I hope you
And by clamoring, Joe, I mean tearing each other's throat.
That's it. Thank you.
Semantics.
There
That's
you
think
go.
we're
totally
done.
it.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Well,
Alright,
that was
Shirley.
kind of sad.
You wanna have your final thoughts, I guess?
Yeah, I'll be quick anyway.
Thanks for watching.
Yes, thank you, Nintendo. It was anticlimactic, honestly, because again, I don't play this game, but it has been, you know, fun at least speculating with everybody and seeing everyone's theories and such. So, you know, I'm sure the character's fun because you know that the other characters ended up being anyway, regardless of any complaints people may have had. But we didn't need another Fire Emblem character. as a main player, I guess. Like, me costumes, sure, but not this. Especially for a big reveal, like, for the final, for this particular fighter pass, anyway. Cuphead costume, that's probably the only thing that I'm really happy with in this. It's nice to see that kind of thing. And Jova's right. It is in the same vein as the Sans one, where it looks like its own character. Honestly, it's difficult to even call it a costume. Honestly, compared to how you'd expect other me costumes to see. But
I know, right?
But yeah, that's it from me. Really, it was okay. I'm sure people will enjoy the character anyway. So it's not long to go anyway, so we'll see from there. All right.
Marco.
That's basically it as well. I'm just disappointed. I was expecting something more interesting. I guess that the me costumes are okay. Basically it.
Honestly, to me, it says a lot to where I'm actually having more interested in just after we're done with this, just to see what the trailer for the fucking Joker for Mortal Kombat 11 is. I'm probably gonna get more interest in that. But go on.
So, is that it?
Alright, I'll go next, man. Yeah, this was just no. Like I said, I'm of the mind. This particular fighter pass was better than the one for Smash 4 on the Wii U, mostly because it didn't have to rely on veterans, so it was free to do new things. But to be honest, it's kind of like a sandwich. The part in the middle is the more consistent and chewy for me, while the bread on the opposite side feels serviceable at best. It's serviceable in a sense, but once again, Sakurai proves that he can do an interesting moveset with any character. And to be honest, Bilef manages to have still a very interesting moveset, and we generally, honest to God, try to make him or her different from the other primary characters, thanks to having different weapons. But to be honest, as I read a comment from one of my friends, Italian friends who actually follow the stream too, with the combination of weapon he or she had, this could have potentially easily be a Monster Hunter character. So.
True story.
Well, maybe they're saving their Capcom spot for a different fellow.
Well, I know, Joe. I was only making compassion. I didn't wanted to mention Capcom like that.
I don't really understand the Monster Hunter thing, because when they said that they wanted to put a representation, the lead, right,
the team
the series produced the team.
Marco. The team changed most of the stuff and their mind over the years. Remember, back then in 2010-11, Monster Hunter team wasn't that big or wanted to be famous. They were developing for the PSP of all things. But ever since the 3DS game, they gained more notoriety and sold more and more. And now they're okay with their raps here and there. Let me continue quickly. The Mii costumes are unfortunately for me the highlight, and that includes the fucking rabbits. That should say a lot. But yeah, the Cuphead costume is very actually nice. Surprised about the music selection, not because I think it's worse than other music. I'm just curious about that one in particular. Why? Cuphead doesn't really have a leitmotif that they're going for, so any track could have been chosen just fine. So this one is fine too. I'm just curious about. I guess this was Sakurai's favorite, I suppose. But good to know also that Cuphead is actually well liked in Japan too, and it will help the studio who did it once again needs all the support that they need. So yeah, for the conclusion of the Fighter Pass, to me, yeah, disappointed is the keyword of the day. But thankfully, it's not over. So here's to what the next 6 spots will be for the next year and a half, I guess. So we'll still be here when we'll be in our 50s, I suppose. Jesus. Anyway, Java.
Well, I guess we know what the free that Sakurai was doing in that pose meant now.
It's a binary code.
Cute. Also, I just want to point out that on Smash Boards, quite possibly the home of Smash Brothers hype, Byleth's support thread has like only 6 pages, whereas Edelgard's had 40. So
Yeah.
just to say this, even
Remember,
Fire
Edelgard
Emblem
was-
fans are a
Edelgard was
bit
the-
bummed.
Remember, Edelgard was the first character who showed up in the first trailer, so she became the more recognizable. Byleth is just your player unit, but named character-wise, Edelgard was the more famous one.
The funny thing is, like, well, even after the game came out, Edelgard was the one that most Fire Emblem fans wanted. Go figure.
Again, Axe Wielder would have given a proper variety, and to be honest, again, Byleth has an axe in his rare moveset, so it's not like, it's another just simple swordman.
Okay, that said, though, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't disappointed with this character addition. Although, I guess now figuring out that, honestly, I feel like this could have opened up the second volume of DLC, but hey, for all we know, maybe they made deals way later and Byleth was what they had there and then. It's just, Byleth feels like such a black sheep to this one. Like, it is quite possibly the only fighter that I'm not really hyped for out of the fighter pass. It's the only one that's first party, and it is... Yeah?
Sorry, continue.
It is really the only one that really has to stretch the idea of there being a new world or whatnot, despite them saying that there were going to be, new worlds and franchises. Again, we're really stretching that with this one.
Not to mention, again, we're treating Three Houses as if it's different from the rest of the Fire Emblem series, which, to be honest, Fire Emblem, the new Fire Emblem games are diverging so much from the original Fire that, soon enough it might as well be. So, I guess.
Now, don't get me wrong, the gameplay for Byleth does look nice, and that's definitely going to be his saving grace. It's just, this has really gone on to show how much what franchise a character comes from can really affect it and whatnot. And by God, they did not... Okay, them opening up with Byleth just using the sword was very worrying, seeing as how that's one of the main critiques about Fire Emblem characters, mainly using swords. Thankfully, those fears were assuaged, so I won't say that this was without its good points, like, hey, they're finally introducing some variety to Fire Emblem characters. Sort of a shame that we had to give away a position on this fighter pass for it, but hey, I guess Byleth was going to come at some point anyway. And again, the fact that this isn't, like one of the last of the fighters definitely helps it out. Like I said, the fighter itself actually does look kind of fun and interesting. I might have a good playtime with this one. That said, though, the highlight of this direct was definitely the Mii costumes and the announcement of more DLC. Again, that Cuphead Mii costume, like, there needs to be a special category for Mii costumes like Cuphead and Sans. They come with their own music tracks.
If this becomes a regular thing, like we get a Mii costume based on a particular indie franchise which gets its own, music attached to it, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, honestly...
Of course, that puts characters like Shantae in jeopardy, but I don't know.
I guess
Does
to be
Shovel Knight have one track in Ultimate, Java?
Shantae?
No, Shovel Knight.
Oh, Shovel Knight...
No, I don't think
no, he doesn't have any music tracks in yet.
So I guess we can expect maybe a King Knight Mii costume with the music from it.
Wouldn't that be funny? King Knight's closer to being playable than Shovel Knight. I mean, because Shovel Knight's an assist trophy.
It's just an assist.
Well, who knows? Maybe they'll break
You
tradition and give him a Mii costume for Sword
I mean,
Fighter
is
Mii.
it breaking tradition because you have costumes for fighters like Samus and Link? So it's basically the same thing.
Well, true, but those kind of came with the game. But like I said, breaking tradition would be actually adding those on and whatnot. But who knows?
But don't you... Wait. But Zero has a costume.
Yes, and he's also an assist trophy. Although, wasn't his Mii costume made before his assist trophy was made?
Well, yes.
Oh, yeah.
What about the... But it was released on the Ultimate later. On Ultimate, I mean.
Right.
The same thing for Akira, I think, right?
Well, the point is, like, well, his Mii costume was made in Smash Bros. For Wii U first, and then was eventually, brought over to Ultimate. Like, we're talking about, like, well, someone who starts off as an assist but later gets a me costume, but honestly, I wouldn't be too surprised if that happens. Like, that's more likely to happen than someone who's an assist trophy being made a fighter.
Yeah.
But yeah, that said, man, oh man, again, I mean, I'll give props to them. They managed to prevent this one from getting leaked. But by God, of all the ones that I would have rather have been leaked than, say, honestly, any of the other ones that poorly got leaked, like, that's the thing. Of the Fighters Pass, the two that did not get leaked were Joker and Byleth. Huh, so literally the tail ends of the Fighters Pass. Everything in the middle got leaked and was, there.
Well, maybe they didn't. Maybe Byleth didn't get leaked because it was just boring.
No, I already told. Yeah, they already told you. I'm definitely convinced at this point Sakurai wanted this to be super tight because he knew the shitstorm would have been big if it was announced too soon, so people would have not cared by the time of the direct.
Oh, people don't care anyway.
Oh, okay. To be fair,
it's called damage containment, Marco. You probably minimized the potential, collateral thing.
And hey, to be fair, the absolute best thing about this, we are getting not 5 more, but 6 more fighters. They're a bit.
And even then, there's already debate about the fact that it's gonna be the real end.
I know. Like I don't think he said for sure if this is truly going to be the end.
You, I want Sakurai to take his fucking vacation. The poor man needs some rest.
That said, he does seem to genuinely like working on this game, and let us not forget, working on this game was the very last request made to him by Iwata, so who knows how much.
He's coming, but to be fair, doing the DLC is probably has a little bit more of an easy time than doing an actual game, than porting all of the Smash for Wii U to the Switch. So maybe they're not, working with the same time constraints that they were working for the normal game.
That's actually one thing I noticed. Unlike with the first Fighter Pass, he didn't give an end date, I think, for this one. Like, for this first pass, it was told that we would have all the fighters by February of 2020.
Yeah,
didn't they say that?
They did. Here they didn't specifically mention like a cutoff date or on. I'm still confident we're gonna get the first one of these before E3, ideally. So we're not gonna have to wait too much for it, but we'll see.
They say all challenger packs will be released by December 31, 2021.
There you go, then.
I don't know if I'll...
So basically it's 2 years?
Well, approximately across these in the next year.
That said, as someone who did purchase the Fighter's Pass, I can say I have no regrets. I mean, like I said, at the very least, Byleth gives off an interesting gameplay, so I don't feel sorry for paying for him in advance. Do I wish it were someone else? Oh, heck yes, but it's not like it's a complete waste. I mean, it's Sakurai. He can make an interesting gameplay for, like, a piece of paper, probably, at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, disappointing that it's Byleth, but everything else was interesting, and I'm so looking forward to seeing what those next 6 fighters will be. And maybe I'll get that pass as well. I think I'll probably judge whether or not I'll get the pass when I see the first fighter.
But don't you want that Breath of the Wild me costume?
Maybe. It doesn't look as exciting as the Rex and Pure costume, which I am enjoying. And hey, you never know. So, that was the 5th and final fighter of the Fighters Pass. Let us know what you thought about it in the comment section. If you are in tune with us, I think I may know how you are feeling, and Twitter is certainly a good representation indeed.
Oh, joy. Alright,
see you next time.
Bye-bye.